Hey everyone, good morning. Legend coming at you from Texas, where today I'm at the Fort Worth Zoo. It's billed as one of the top 5 zoos in the country. I love zoos. It did the state fair yesterday. Checking out the zoo before heading back to the airport today, and hope it's a good one. Let's kick off our tour of the zoo by checking out the African Savanna exhibit. The zoo has an amazing giraffe exhibit. It's there's also a feeding experience available for a couple bucks. You can feed the giraffes. But the giraffes have tons and tons and tons of room. A couple other animals in here as well. I think there's a couple birds and maybe an ostrich. But very, very nice giraffe exhibit for these guys here. Also in the big giraffe exhibit is a couple of pink-backed pelicans. So I don't know the name of these birds, but they're pretty funny looking birds. I like how they all kind of hang out together. This is in that giant, really savannah kind of area with the giraffes. So the way this exhibit works here is that in the middle is this large giraffe savannah area, and around the outside is a whole bunch of different animal exhibits. Let's go check those out after I get a shot of the little guy. Aww. Here are the meerkats, the adorable little guys. Look at that one, pacing back and forth over by the glass. Oh, they're so cool, and they got all sorts of tunnels and stuff they could dig over here. The hippopotamus is kind of sleepy today, but man, this exhibit is very, very nice for the hippopotamus. It's big, there's underwater viewing to a certain extent, and if you can see above the water too, over there. And there's a couple of different hippos in here as well. I'm so used to going to Busch Gardens where normally they only have one hippo in the water, because that's where I tend to see hippos most often. So coming here and it's seeing a bunch of them is really neat for me. Oh, it's so cool. Really cool here. The hippos are now walking on the bottom of the water. It's a giant hippopotamus. Holy cow. And here is the rhino. Look at the horn on that guy. And kind of a simple exhibit here for the rhinos. Nothing too spectacular. But I believe the rhinos are getting a new exhibit when the Elephant Springs opens in 2020. Their brand new mega expansion. The level of theming here in the African Savanna exhibit is very good. Very reminiscent of like Animal Kingdom at Disney World. That's the vibe I'm getting from it. The next section of the zoo to check out is Asian Falls. So right now I'm almost directly on top of a rhinoceros. It doesn't give you the best view of the animal, but it does give you a cool look at his ears. Look at those fun ears. Rhinos, it seems like the exhibit goes on for a while. Nice waterfall they can play in. And a very different view of a rhino. This bird is a white-naped crane. And they've got a cool exhibit as well with the river running right through the middle of it. This is a really cool looking bird. This is a lesser bird of paradise. Look at that tail. While right here against the glass is a white tiger. Really pretty. It's also great to see this animal so up close. A lot of times these are off in the distance. But oh man, that is a very, very pretty animal. So the tiger hangs out over there by the window, but guys, this exhibit they have for their white tiger is absolutely amazing. This is one of the nicest tiger exhibits I've ever seen at a zoo. Look at all the waterfalls. Beautiful, really, really nice. Wow. Very, very impressive. A couple of very sleepy but very pretty lions. Kind of hanging out up on the rocks. That is a lazy cat. I kind of think that's how I probably sleep. And lions don't have one of the nicer exhibits here at the zoo. I love that the ibex, the Nubian ibex, they just really blend in. You're trying to play Where's the Ibex? He's right there. A very pretty looking animal. Look at the horns. It's a very, very pretty looking animal. There's another one over here posing as well. Awesome. These guys have a very, very steep exhibit. Next exhibit, we're going local, and this is Texas Wild. Love the warning sign for the very, very small carousel they have here. I think it's like $3 to ride. More expansion coming to the zoo, and that's 2019. The expansion will be a children's petting ranch over here in the Texas section. There's a small petting zoo section over here with some simple animals like goats. Keep walking, and there's a duck over here, and then more goats. And what do we have over here? Looks like chickens. Yep, it is chickens. Oh, sleepy chickens. And then finishing up with more ducks. The Texas area is another section of the zoo which really excels when it comes to theming. This is very impressive. This feels more like really feels much more like a theme park than a zoo, because it's done up so well in certain sections. Very impressive. There's a playground area for kids inside with some neck climbs and a big two-story slide and things like that. This makes sense to have in a Texas-themed area, a little shooting arcade thing. $1 to play, and you could shoot these guys. Let the targets do stuff. Let's go see what's inside the Texas Hall of Wonders. Very cool looking building. So inside is kind of like a museum about Texas. Again, very done up and nicely played. I guess there's a wild weather extravaganza in here, along with, I guess, a pre-show for it. I guess we're gonna have to see this if it's running today. Ah, right. Classic pre-show stuff. Oil used to make. So here's what the theater looks like on the inside, and again, really good theming. Let's see what this thing is. Cute little show, mostly screen-based. They did have a couple of effects that did pop up, things like that. It stormed at one point. See them resetting some of the stuff now. But it's neat. Didn't know this was a thing. So just happy to see it. After the movie, there's another very well done museum type area. Also, this is probably very good in the heat of the, if you come in here in the Texas summer, you can come in here, watch that little show, hang out in the air conditioning for a while, which would really help when it's 1,000,000 degrees outside. Food court area in the Texas section. I will say the food's not too expensive. Your barbecue, like a barbecue sandwich, is $6.50. It smells really good. And look at that, like a cheeseburger, $4.75. These prices are not bad at all. They've also got breadsticks and pizza and stuff, so the prices are very reasonable here. Got a very peaceful and pretty looking white-tailed deer over here, right next to a little waterfall. I think that's like a turkey in the background over there. Swinging Swamp Bridge. I love the sign. How to have fun on the Swinging Swamp Bridge. Be sure to giggle while you jiggle. It's a little bit of bounce to it. This is cool. Check out the gator moving around in the water. And this is really neat because normally gators don't do a whole lot, or you only see them like above the water. But to see one swimming around in the water is pretty rare for a zoo and aquarium. So this is very neat for me. Again, more wonderful theming over here. This section has gators and wolves and things like that, and a whole bunch of fun photo ops. There's another gator right here, right next to the glass. Get right up close next to him. Bears! I love bears. One of my favorite animals to see at the zoo. They always look so happy. Not the biggest area for bears, but they do have a little pond they can hang out in. And then I'm guessing this is kind of a climb-through experience for kids. Got a touch tank experience here with some horseshoe crabs and other things. And from the touch tank area, you go right into an aviary, so you wouldn't know you're in an aviary. And guys, really pretty. Spoonbills and a couple other things, but love the sunk boat with the mast that holds the aviary up. Like, it's a very nice exhibit. Look at this mountain lion. That is a beautiful animal. Not the biggest area, but man, that's a pretty animal. So I had no idea ocelots were native to Texas. Little tiny spot of them where they do show up. Coyotes. Happy looking coyotes. Running around coyotes. Again, coyotes not an animal you really see in zoos all that often, so it's kind of neat for me to see one. They look fun. I'm sure they are dangerous in the wild, but here they just look like dogs. Another animal I had no idea was native to Texas is a coyote. These guys are cool. Yeah, they're learning a lot about Texas animals today. Beautiful looking jaguar. Awesome looking bird. Here's a red-tailed hawk. This is another example of great theming work. This is insects and snakes, but it's done up as an old mine. With uneven flooring, wonky ceilings. Very, very neat. I would say it's mostly a dark area, so you can't see too much. You got some bats flying around over here. The next exhibit is Mola, the Museum of Living Art, which is the reptiles, amphibians, and more, and that is quite the sign to get in. Awesome. Now those are some e-ticket door handles to get into the Mola exhibit. Check out the size of this saltwater crocodile.
Oh my God.
Gigantic. These smiling crocodile type guys are gharials, I think that's how it's pronounced, and they have a couple of them. Very unique looking animals. So this is kind of like their reptile amphibian house, which these kind of things are, it's nice when there's not a lot of people in here, it's kind of peaceful, but when there's a whole, if you get in here at the wrong time, where there's like a school kids group, it'll just be a nightmare. But it does feel like a very, very modern reptile and amphibian area. The Mola exhibit continues outside with some animals, like Lemur Island here. We've also got a couple of big turtles. Lots of room for the turtles. Go. Take these guys forever to walk from one side to the other. Here's the zoo's Komodo dragon, sleeping. So if you're gonna eat at the zoo, I would recommend eating over here by the reptiles and amphibians. There's like a Burger King and some other stuff, but then you could sit and eat your food right next to the animals, and that's really cool. It's time for the world of primates. These guys here are bonobos. You can see a little one playing over there. They have a really nice exhibit, multiple waterfalls, some fun rock work and things to play on. Right next to the bonobos are some gibbons. They're not quite as playful. I'll get a nice structure for them to play on. I like the guy hanging out all the way in the back over there. A couple of gorillas over here, including a little guy. Yep, playing and all that kind of stuff. Cool. Here you can see the elephant area. Two elephants are out right now. And another one. Not the great view with the glare, but there's an orangutan right next to the glass. Indoor section here at the World of Primates. They're cleaning the exhibit right now, so there's nothing out, but it's very nice looking. Next exhibit should be a good one, the Australian Outback and Great Barrier Reef. The first thing that greets you in this exhibit is a couple of birds of Australia's. These guys, I believe, are the galahs. Interesting thing here is there's somebody in there cleaning the tank, so you get to see feet. And this is your standard like Finding Nemo style tank that most zoos have with the goldfishes and the blue tangs and a couple other guys. But very pretty. Going around the corner, and there's a couple more larger fish tanks as well. Man, what is this guy? That is a bizarre looking fish. Weird. So I believe my weird fish is a ray. And then if you keep going, oh man, you got some sharks and this guy here. Just a small shark. Wouldn't be an Outback exhibit without these guys. A couple of tired looking kangaroos. But looks like they have plenty of room to hop around if they wanted to. This guy's, they're such funny looking animals. Here he is eating some grass. It's now time to go see the greatest animal in all time and space, penguins. This has to be one of the older and smaller exhibits at the zoo, home to a bunch of rock hopper penguins. It's pretty small in here. There's also some fun-looking ducks that share their exhibit as well, but definitely not one of the nicer exhibits here at the Fort Worth Zoo. The outside penguin exhibit is home to some African penguins, and this one definitely seems nicer than the one on the inside. Definitely more room for these guys to play and swim and things like that. Some sort of a show going on over here with a possum.
Over and over and over. And when they're clean,
a couple of zebras over here. Hanging out right near the people is a bongo. Currently coming at you from the parrot exhibit, the Parrot Paradise, and it's cool. It's a free flight aviary, and you can buy feed sticks for just $1 and go and feed some of the birds. There are so many little tiny parrots in here. It's actually really, really neat. And then you put them all on a tree like this, and it's very pretty. But yeah, this place is pretty wild in here. Raptor Canyon is up next. This guy here is a king vulture, looking right at me. These guys are vultures up here. Also, I love the design of this exhibit where you're kind of walking in a caged-in tunnel where the birds can fly right over you if they wanted to. This pretty bird finishes up Raptor Canyon, and this is the palm nut vulture. Not sure if I've ever seen this animal at a zoo before. And up to our distraction here is the Tasmanian Tower rock wall. Not a bad price though, it's $4. The Fort Worth Zoo right now is pretty good, but come 2020, it's going to be a lot better. Check out this elephant exhibit they're building. It's going to be massive. More new stuff coming to the zoo. There's a Hunters of Africa and Asian Predators predicted opening in 2022, and a Forest and Jungle exhibit in 2025. So this is, you know, I love the new stuff they built here at the zoo, and this is going to be really, I mean, it's already nice, but it's, man, in a few years, wow. And that'll do it for my time here at the Fort Worth Zoo. Overall, I really enjoyed it. The highlights for me are absolutely the African Savanna area was wonderful. I loved their hippo exhibit, and their giraffe exhibit was great. And the Texas section was fantastic as well. Really enjoyed the new stuff this zoo is doing. Not the biggest zoo in the world. I was here for a little over 2 hours, like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I kind of saw everything. So give yourself about 2 to 3 hours. I'm not going to eat here. There's an In-N-Out burger not too far away, and that's, being from Florida, don't get that often, so I'm going to go do that right now. But I like the zoo a lot. I can definitely see why people would put it in like the top 5 zoos in the country. I'm not sure if it'll be in mine or not. It could slide into that 4th or 5th spot. I haven't really put too much thought into it, but I'm really excited for the future and to see what they do here, because the zoo's nice and it's just going to get better. Any questions or comments about the Fort Worth Zoo, let me know in the comment section below, and thank you guys for watching.